My philosophy of life is very simple. A life not lived over the edge is a life not worth living. I believe you always have to test yourself, and you're always pushing the envelope. So you push yourself outside of your comfort level, but you become comfortable there. You become comfortable no matter where you are. I'm always a big believer that if you're with the pointy edge of the spear, which is where I like to be in wars, if you're with the very best warriors, they really understand how to protect themselves, and that's your greatest safety. Dr. Danger is simply the best TV there is. It's exciting, exhilarating. It's some of the best adventure you can imagine. There are places that, many of them, you could never go on your own. We're out there with various armed factions, warlords, Islamo-fascists. You have no idea what's going to happen next. It's just as the camera sees it. There's nothing staged. There's nothing planned about it. We are in some of the most chaotic places in the world. But it's really not gratuitous danger. That is, a good part of the series is out in very serious humanitarian situations. And it's jaw-droppingly beautiful. When you look at this, I mean, it's some of the most stunning and interesting scenery any place in the world. And of course, the pictures of the long guns in Mogadishu and the grenade launchers and the a.k.a.s and the RPMs. I mean, it just kind of jumps out at you. That kind of narrower television picture just doesn't do justice. Great big, wide-open Africa. First stop, Somalia. No government in 16 years. Wildest place in the world. It's what they call a Zone 5, a black zone. It's an absolute no-go for any UN personnel. Americans, Europeans, you just plain don't go there. We were told that the price on my head was about $210,000. When you land, you have to hire your own personal army. We had 150 guards with us. As we walked out of the airplane, we had to go, I'll take 5 Kalashnikovs, 10 PKMs, a couple of U-2s, I'll take some rocket launchers. That's how you get into town. And then it's just plain the wildest place on the planet. Kenya, probably the best safari country in the world. Balloon safari, best way to be able to get down and in on wild elephants. And driving 200 kilometers an hour in a race car over bumpy roads that ordinarily any sane person wouldn't go much over about 15 miles an hour. Botswana, the most dangerous thing you can do in Africa is to go after a calf when a mother elephant is there. And so we step into the fray to play with baby Abu and see what mom's reaction is. South Africa, we are on the new Motorrads. These are 105 horsepower off-road motorcycles doing about 185 kilometers an hour out of these dirt roads. And the last stop, Darfur, which is the greatest humanitarian crisis of our time. We have hundreds of thousands of lives at risk and tremendous heroism on the part of humanitarian organizations and individual physicians, many from the U.S., who are making an effort every day to save the lives of these children whose lives are threatened by violence, by disease, and by severe malnutrition. The closest call I had actually was being bracketed by artillery fire, where there was D-30 medium-range artillery, and you really had no idea where to go. You could choose one place, and someone aims there, and there's just no way of being able to walk away from them. You could put yourself in a trench, but then you look like a coward. So you're just basically standing out there wondering whether or not you're going to get hit. You know, fortunately, all I've had is a little shrapnel here and there. I had 15 sutures right down here that I had to stitch in front of a mirror, get some plastic surgery sutures. You can still see the scar there. I got some shrapnel in the legs that I just pulled out. When someone says to me, "You're crazy," I find it insulting, because it usually comes from the marshmallow set, who wouldn't do anything braver than get another six-pack from the refrigerator during, CSI episode. And so it just, I mean, it kind of shows no understanding for, bravery, courage, all those values. So when someone says crazy, I mean, it just says to me you have no understanding of what life's value really is. You have to risk life, and you have to have, real ideals, and you have to have some sense of bravery and courage, and it just flies in the face of that to say you're crazy. Now, has anyone ever said that to me? Just about everybody I know.